In our last video, we explored aperture, the gateway of light. But light alone doesn't create a photograph. It's time that completes it. And in photography, time is controlled by shutter speed, the rhythm that decides whether we freeze a moment or paint with motion. Shutter speed is the duration your camera's shutter stays open, exposing the sensor to light. Think of it like blinking. A quick blink in bright light or a long one in the dark. It's measured in seconds or fractions. 1,000th, 1/250th, 1/30th, or even several seconds. Faster speeds means less light but crisp details. Slower speeds allows more light but blur motion. Shutter speed doesn't just control brightness, it controls time. At 1,000 seconds, you can freeze a raindrop or a bird mid-flight. At 1 or 2 seconds, you can turn water into mist or city light into glowing trails. This is where the physics of light meets the art of movement. So, every frame you take captures not just a scene, but an interval of time passing through light. Shutter speed is one corner of the exposure triangle. A slower shutter lets in more light, a brighter image. A faster shutter lets in a darker one. To maintain exposure, changes in shutter speed must be balanced with aperture or ISO. For instance, doubling shutter speed from 1/25th to 2/50th requires opening the aperture one stop wider or raising ISO. Shutter speed shapes mood. First, speeds like 1,000th capture stillness. Sports, wildlife, a splash mid-air. We use this kind of shutter speed. Slow speeds like 1/4 seconds, 1 second, 10 seconds capture movement and passage of time. In portraiture, a slightly slower shutter like 1/60th can keep motion natural. In long exposure photography, slow shutters transform time into texture. Rivers become fog, clouds become streaks, and people become ghosts. Fast shutter speed reduces light, so you may need a wider aperture or higher ISO. Slow speeds capture more light but risk camera shake or subject blur. For handheld shots, remember the reciprocal rule. Your shutter speed should be faster than your focal length. For a 50mm lens, use at least 1/50th second. For slower exposures, always use a tripod. In cinema, a 180-degree shutter angle produces natural motion blur, linking photography's frozen movements with the moving rhythm of film. So, shutter speed isn't just a technical parameter, it's how you control time. Every frame you shoot is a decision to freeze it, blur it, or stretch it. In our next video, we will explore ISO, the final corner of the exposure triangle, and learn how digital sensors interpret light itself.